let's talk about one extra C, the crew, and was everything in Espanol or was it a little bit of English?
Good question. The crew were a mix of people from Asia and Africa. Well, two people were from Africa, right? It was, and from what I saw, but it was a lot of people from the Philippines on the cruise, and I met a brother. He was from Zimbabwe. He was very cool, and a sister. She was there. She was from Africa. I forget what part. They spoke English. Everybody on the boat spoke English. Yeah. Everyone. Very nice people. When you do these cruises, sometimes they'll have like in the cruise, tip is included in your payment.
Right.
So that's cool. Or if you want, you can leave an extra tip if you want. For me personally, I just got people's information, the people that helped me out, and I just sent them some money. Or if I saw them before I left, I gave them like a little. I don't know if you were supposed to do that, but I was like, hey,
right, throw a few dollars, show,
and or like, hey, oh yeah, okay, Cash App.
There we go.
Okay, and send it to. So I sent some money to some certain people, but yeah. The staff was really nice. You know, the staff was attentive. They for in my experience, because every cruise is going to be different. You know what I'm saying? You know, you don't like you might come across someone that might be disrespectful. I don't know. You know, it didn't happen to me, but could that happen to somebody? I don't know. Like it depending on who you go on your excursion with, or something like that. But don't take anything too personal. When I was searching for in Ushuaia, when I was preparing for my trip, I was I had the opportunity to meet people who just came from Antarctica on different boats. I don't know what boat they were in, and they told me this: just go with the flow. And I'm gonna tell you why. Right? They told me go with the flow. This is an older woman. I think she was in like she's from the States. She's I think she was like 70 something. Right. She's like, just go with the flow and have a fabulous trip. And I said, you know what? I need to make sure I had that as my mindset going into this. Why? Because there's a lot of uncertainties when you are traveling to Antarctica that people need to understand. And the biggest one is weather.
Yo, this thing. What the heck is this? It's windy here. It's windy here, but guys, it's snowing here. It's ever been. It's the coldest.
So
correct.
That's why it's important to like have as much days possible when you travel there, because we might be planning on going to a particular area, and these tour companies, these excursion cruises, they all reserve certain areas. So another ship can't go to it, because if two ships go there, it could be too much for the ecosystem there at that particular time. So they, you have to be like, oh yeah, we reserve this. That's how it is sometimes. And then you don't know what the weather's going to be like. There was days when the weather was supposed to be messed up, and it was the best day ever, And then there's days where it's just like, yo, it's too much snow, it's too much wind, it's too much everything. We're not going to be able to make landfall. And so in those particular days, you either, They'll have seminars going on. The staff will do some seminars to keep you busy, or you can relax. For me, I use those days to relax in the bed.
Sometimes you need those wind down days.
Yeah, because you see certain things and like, okay, and because they'll have you do a lot of things in one day. You know what I mean? It's a crazy schedule. So let me give you the idea. 3 days to get to Antarctica cruise, right?
Right.
When you're heading that way, you're going through a channel called the Drake Passage.
Yes.
Right. Now, this particular passage has been deemed one of the worst channels of water to go through many military, right?
The world. Mm-hmm.
So going through the Drake Passage, guys, can be, if you don't have your sea legs, can drive you nuts, right? I'm not trying to discourage you or anything. When we first went through the Drake Passage. It wasn't as crazy. And I was with the staff, and the staff was like, "Oh yeah, this is really good." And I was like, "Yeah." And so the ship would move, but it wasn't moving like crazy, right? It would just. And he's like, "Yeah, the water. If it was the Drake, if it was really what we've seen so far, the water would be over the windows, and you want to be." I was like, "What?" Yeah. So going there, we were fortunate not to see the Drake Passage in its all craziness, but you got to go through that. So you want to make sure you have enough seasick pills and stuff like that. And then once you get to the continent, you're gonna either be making landfall on the continent or making landfall on islands surrounding the continent that have like wildlife, that have research centers and stuff like that to check out. So you'll be doing those things. But what happens is you wake up in the morning, boom, you get breakfast. Now, after breakfast, they call in everybody by their group. They separate everybody by their group, and group by group gets on boats and head to the island. Then you do whatever it is you're planning on doing, right? Some people doing kayaking, which I had the opportunity to do, and some people are, depending on your cruise, you might have other stuff that's available for you. You get over there, boom. After that, you come back. You're going to have some lunch. Lunch is around 12 o'clock. For my particular cruise, it might be different for yours. After that, after the cruise, the lunch cruise, we get ready to go to another spot. So you got to put your suit back on, go to the next spot. And then you come back, they may have lunch. Not lunch, a brunch, right? And then after that, dinner. Or they'll have a recap of what we did today so far. Then dinner, right? And after dinner, you might want to be drinking at the bar. I did that a couple times. You'll see it. It was not nice, but right,
right?
Yeah, I did that, and then the next day you got to do it again. It's like like
you got a routine.
Yeah, but you don't want. The thing is, you don't want to not go on the next excursion because you don't know what you're going to miss.
Yeah,
I was able to see whales. I was able to see wildlife. I was able to see nature happen. Yeah. I saw a penguin get killed. Right? I saw it I saw a penguin swim for his life, and then get
sea lion
demolished by a seal. And so you just seeing it, people were like, "Oh!" And I was like, "Yo, this is Mother Nature. This is Mother Nature. He needs to survive." We just seeing the reality. He was trying to play it cool when he saw y'all. He was sleeping in the iceberg. He said, "All right, I'm waiting till y'all leave." But they's like, "Y'all know what? I'm hungry." They said, "I'm not doing what I gotta do."
Yeah, I came to my kitchen. I didn't come to yours.
I wanted to make it look cute. He's like, so you get to see that. I saw a bird. I have it on camera. A bird grab what looks like to be a penguin egg and fly off. And the penguin's like, ah, ah, ah. And I'm like, "Damn, this bird I was mad at the bird too. And I felt some type of way because I see the bird just land there, and the pig was like, ah, ah, and then the bird like, ah, and flew off. I said, dang, and I couldn't believe because the egg looked so heavy, and the bird just took off, man. I saw that. It was a good event. So it's like you don't want to not miss going on the excursion because that's the reason why you came. You wanted to see Mother Nature happen. You wanted to see, might want to see a glacier fall. You know what I mean? That's like stuff that you see on television. You want to see it with your real eyes. So chances are you will get those opportunities as long as you keep going out to the excursions and doing those things. But I did enjoy those days where it was like, oh, we can't make landfall. It's like, oh.
All right. So we've had a chance to talk about the first 2 C's, actually. I mean, the first 2, we talked about the steps. We just finished talking about the journey. Yeah. The last thing that we want to talk about is your experience. How did it leave you feeling now that you've hit a continent? I don't even think Will Smith has gone as many places as he's traveled to. I don't think he's gone there. There are a lot of famous people that are travelers that are in the YouTube space that have never or may never even set foot in that area. To see a guy from Miami who isn't even from the cold area experience his first snowfalls or bits of snow in that type of cold in Antarctica, how do you feel? How did you feel after the experience when you got back to where you were located? Was there a time period where the shock of it wore off? You actually got a chance to be like, I actually did it.
Man, it was amazing. The whole trip was amazing. Man, I had some of the clearest dreams ever. I felt like I was. You ever heard of ayahuasca?
Yeah,
it's like a lot of people use that to go through a spiritual journey.
Right.
For me, that I ain't got no time for that. At least not yet. You know what I'm saying? But me going to Antarctica, I had some really clear dreams. Those dreams I've never had so clear before. I feel like just being away from this man-made structures and just being around nothing but ice and this air and water, it just makes things a lot clearer for you. And it was a wonderful experience, breathtaking. You wake up and you look out your window and you're like, oh, and you just see nothing but big blocks of ice, and animals outside sleeping, and you're like, wow, I can't believe this. I can't believe I'm here. Some people may say, oh, you pay so much money. No, I mean, everybody has their budget. You know what I'm saying? Right. For me, I never regretted anything when it came down to paying. When it was time to pay, I was like, oh. You know what I'm saying?
Right, of course.
This is something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time. And I never imagined that I would be able to do it in luxury. You know what I mean? And, granted, I wanted some privacy. You know what I'm saying? Just in case I brought someone into my room, whatever.
Right.
Or just if I was just sitting there and I want to be bothered, or if I just wanted just to relax and unwind and do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it was a great experience, life-changing experience. Make you think about different things, make you appreciate your life a little bit more and realize what's happening to this world. When you see these blocks of ice just being floated into the ocean, because once you get closer, you'll see huge blocks of ice start floating to the ocean. You are reminded about global warming. You are reminded that there are things that are still happening with you, if you've seen it or not. And it's like, this is happening right now. That's crazy. You see an ice fall, it's cute, but it's like, another drop in the bucket. You know what I mean? That's happening as well. Being around the animals, and just seeing how they live and how they function, and it's one thing seeing it on National Geographic or the Discovery Channel, but just being there, and the penguins have this particular type of setup. It's what's the word? It's the penguin highway they have.
Right.
They create a highway, and it's basically they step on ice so much it makes it easier for them to walk from one place to the next, and it became a highway, right? So you see these penguins going up the highway because the snow will make you fall. Okay, if you watch some of my videos, yeah, I was sinking. I was a heavy dude just sinking in the snow.
Right.
So the penguins, they have their own, and you see that, or you see the seals just hanging out, and they fighting each other or play fighting each other. And you actually see this stuff, and so it's a beautiful experience. It's a beautiful. I did the polo plunge. That was interesting.
You want to explain to them a little bit what that is?
Well, I don't know the official meaning of polo plunge, but it's like to just jump into some Arctic water. You know what I mean? So we're in Antarctica. There's a couple ways of doing it. Is you jump from a boat into the water, and I think that one is the most easiest way of doing it because it's this jump in, boom, you're in the water, boom, they take you out. We didn't do that. We ran into the water.
What'd you do, pray tell?
We ran into the water. So if you're gonna do that, if the ship if they allow you to do that, just make sure you have the proper shoes, like some sandals with some straps on it, or with some hard bottom shoes, because when you run in, you're gonna be running on rocks, right? And so that's gonna hurt your feet. And then when you get in that water, man, and you start to swim in, immediately your toes are gonna get super numb. So coming back, I barely felt the rocks coming in, but it was a really good experience. You know what I mean? Just forcing yourself to just get into the water, and then really jumping in. My friend, you meet people. So part of the experience is meeting people, right? I think that's another thing too. You meet very interesting people. Needless to say, guys, the more you pay, you're gonna be around a lot of rich people. Okay,
right.
Just put it like that.
Of course.
I was around a lot of rich Russian people on the boat. A lot of rich Russian people. I was with this one woman. She said she paid around $16,000. She was traveling by herself. Okay, guys. All right, single dudes. Hey, you put yourself in a place where you meet rich people. Hello. So I was around a lot of rich people, and so and then I was around. It was two spectrums too. I was around a lot of rich people, and I was around a lot of budgeters that knew how to budget, like master budgeters. So just in case you be like, oh, yeah. So what the difference is, guys, your room. But after that, you get everything else everyone else gets. You get the lavish lunch. Oh, we ate very well. We ate very well.
That's good.
Breakfast, lunch, brunch. What is brunch before lunch?
Yeah, brunch is like a part of lunch. It's like late breakfast.
Okay, so you got your breakfast, and then you got your lunch, and then you have something in the middle like snack time, and then dinner time. And you're eating very well. At least on the ship I was in, you eat it very well. All those things you get, regardless of what you pay for. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're on the boat, you're gonna be able to get that. So I was able to meet some very cool, influential people who work with Fortune 500 companies, photographers, people who own their own ice skating arena in Russia. Regardless of how you feel right now about it, we just talking about people, not politics. Right. So I was able to meet some really interesting people. One woman, though, she stuck out. She's from Hong Kong. She went polar plunging in her body, like when you do kayaking, they give you this wetsuit. So if you fall in the water, you don't get wet. So she actually said to herself, she's not gonna take off her clothes. She's just gonna walk in there with the wetsuit and take a picture like she in the water. I was like, all right. We all call her cheated though. We all call her cheated. So
cheater. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
All right, man. It has been a pleasure to get this exclusive interview with you, Ace, man. Like I said, you've always been an influence to not only myself and my wife, but also to thousands of other individuals that have gotten their passports, that have started to travel. You had an influence on so many YouTubers, and you continue to have an influence on those individuals. Last but not least, for anyone that's interested in doing this, they thought about doing this, give a few moments and just give words of encouragement to those that are thinking about doing this.
All you need is the will. If you have the will, it shall be done. So what that means is, once you have decided that you want to make this trip a reality, right? We're going to start to make steps. So let's find out how much it costs, right? For the particular cruise you want. Look at all the different options you have, right? Take some of the advice I mentioned today. See if you can get in contact with some of these agencies that are in Ushuaia. Perhaps Andre might have something in the description. I don't know.
I'll have it in the description for you guys. Promise you on this particular video.
Right? If he has some more tips, he'll put it there. Right? Once you figure out that, let's be disciplined on saving as much money as possible so we can book this particular trip. Don't feel bad if you have to be in a room with other people. Okay? Don't worry about that. This is the norm. You're good. You might find yourself around a lot of cool people. In the particular ship, a lot of people became really good friends because they were sharing the same room and stuff like that together. All right. This is how you become more sociable. All right. If depending on your budget, right? And if you can go higher, by all means, go higher. Do what that woman told me. If you go on a trip, go with the flow because of the weather. You don't know exactly what's going to happen. And try not to miss any moment of it when the opportunity is there. That way you can get the most out of the trip. So if there's a ship, you're supposed to go zodiacking around some igloos and some glaciers, do that. If you feel like I don't want to, no, do that. Get the experience as much as possible. You can make this a reality, regardless of where you're from, whatever background you're from. You can make this a reality. Just have to have the will. I'm around people, like I mentioned. I was around people who were making so much money, and then the other spectrum, people who are travel budgeters. These people are really good at travel budgeting, that travel around the world on a really strict budget. And so I would say this to you, regardless if you're a travel budget or you're just doing this because it's a weekend you're going to take off, right? This be tedious on your budget. That way you won't break it and you'll be able to enjoy your time. It is totally possible. All right, guys. Whether it'll take you, you save $500, $600 a month, and you work towards that goal. I guarantee you, when you take the trip, you will say, yes, it was totally worth it. And just understand, you are one of the very few who have made it there in this world. All right. So just keep that in mind and enjoy your trip, man. Enjoy your trip. This will make that decision. And it's going to happen. Don't worry about you're gonna do it, because guess what? I'm gonna be honest. I want to cut it off, but like, you'll do it because once you put your mindset to it, right? It don't matter how much the price is. It's going to happen. It's like it's going to work. We're gonna do this. It's gonna happen. It's $20,000. Don't worry about that. You already got the mindset. Just put your steps forward, step by step, and it'll happen. All right, guys.
And we are next in line. Andre and Andrea, we are next in line. So yeah, definitely we're looking forward to it. All right, guys. you guys have gotten the chance to hear what Ace had to say in regards to his experience, not only in Argentina, but also his experience with Antarctica. And so, guys, we're looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say in the comment section. So make sure that you guys definitely tune in into this particular video because you're going to enjoy yourself. Once again, my name is Andre of Love Crossing Borders. We got Ace Live. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Click that notification bell to notify to make sure that you see all of his videos because they're like documentaries, like stories that are being told. He's excellent at what he does, and I'm so proud of the brother. I have nothing but love for him. And basically, guys, we're out of here. See you in the next video.